It started like every other sunny morning on my ranch. Coffee in hand, dogs running free, solar panels soaking up that sweet Texas sunlight. I'd invested nearly $80,000 into a top-tier solar system the year before. It powered my ranch, my workshop, even the irrigation for my crops. It was my pride and joy, until Karen from the HOA decided they were ugly. She'd been complaining for months that my solar panels reflected too much light and disturbed the community aesthetic. The funny part? My ranch wasn't even in the HOA. She just lived half a mile away and apparently thought her jurisdiction extended as far as her binoculars could see. Then, one fateful Tuesday, I came home early from a supply run and froze in disbelief. There was Karen in broad daylight standing on my barn roof with a crowbar. She had actually climbed up there and was prying my solar panels off one by one. I shouted, "Karen, what the hell are you doing?" She jumped, lost her balance, and almost tumbled off the roof. Then she yelled back, "You're violating HOA sunlight regulations. These panels are unauthorized eyesores." I blinked. "Karen, I don't even live under your HOA. You use community sunlight," she snapped. "It reflects into my kitchen. That's harassment." At that point, I was torn between laughing and screaming. I called the sheriff's office immediately, but before they arrived, Karen managed to rip 3 panels clean off the roof, snapping the mounting brackets and damaging the wiring. She looked so proud of herself, too, like she just defeated Darth Vader. When the sheriff pulled up, she ran to his car waving her clipboard like it was a golden ticket. "Officer, arrest him. He's installing illegal power equipment." The sheriff, who's been my buddy for years, just stared at her, then looked up at my roof. "Ma'am, did you remove those panels yourself?" Karen smiled. "Of course. Someone had to enforce the law." The sheriff rubbed his temples. "Ma'am, you realize this is private property, right? You just vandalized a federally subsidized solar installation." Her smile faltered. What do you mean federally subsidized?" "Those panels are registered under the USDA Renewable Energy Program," he said. "Tampering with them is a federal offense." You could practically see her brain short-circuit. I pulled out the paperwork just to confirm it for her, every serial number, every receipt. She'd not only destroyed private property, but she'd technically vandalized federal energy infrastructure. Karen turned pale. "You can't be serious. I was enforcing community standards." The sheriff's face stayed stone cold. "Ma'am, you're enforcing yourself into a felony." Within minutes, 2 more deputies showed up. They took photos, documented the damage, and asked me for an estimate. The repair quote later came to $42,000, all of which Karen ended up responsible for. When they cuffed her, she kept shouting, "This is injustice. You can't own sunlight. It's for everyone." One of the deputies muttered under his breath, "Yeah, and jail cells are for everyone too." As they led her to the cruiser, she tried one last move. "I'll sue the solar company. They blinded my dog." Her dog, by the way, was a stuffed golden retriever statue she kept in her yard. The sheriff just sighed. "Ma'am, please stop talking." A few months later, I got a letter from her lawyer, or rather, her former lawyer, saying Karen had been fined $25,000 in damages and had to attend a community property rights awareness course. I didn't even know such a thing existed. To celebrate, I hosted a solar-powered barbecue. We grilled ribs using solar cookers, charged everyone's phones off the panels, and even strung fairy lights powered directly from the array. Halfway through the evening, one of my buddies joked, "Hey, think Karen can see the glare from her jail window?" We all laughed. Now, every time I walk by those panels and hear the hum of clean energy, I grin. Because while Karen thought she was fighting for community standards, she ended up as the first person in our county ever arrested for attacking a solar panel. So yeah, next time someone complains about your solar setup, just tell them they're under federal protection. Winking face.